Have you ever been tired or exhausted and just not want to go to your computer and create a book? You don't want to upload anything. You just don't want to do anything. And you're feeling frustrated, sad, and just not excited about your numbers. Well, then you probably have had or have KDP burnout, and it's a real thing. And what I wanted to talk to you a little bit today is about, going through that experience, having that experience, and then tips to get over that, and so that you can kind of remotivate yourself, because we all need a little bit of motivation in this world, right? We all have those times when we're down. So that's what my show is about today. Hey everybody, this is Ashley with Publish with Ashley, and if you have followed my videos, you probably haven't seen me. I'm fine. Thank you, people who are concerned. I just had a little bit of YouTube burnout, actually not KDP burnout. So I've actually literally experienced this just with YouTube. I just got so overwhelmed and frustrated by just not getting the success I wanted. And so I just kind of ignored it, like the ostrich, stick your head in the sand and hope that if you're not looking, it'll get better, which is not how it works. So it's the same experience with KDP. So I wanted to share my experience with you, and then also share kind of how you can get back motivated to do something that I truly do love. It gets to be too much after a while. So I wanted to talk with you a few tips about how to remotivate yourself, jump back into KDP, and be just excited again. So I haven't been doing YouTube, but I have been doing KDP still. And so I do know a little bit about jumping back in, and this video is one of my jump back in types of things. So one of the things I wanted to first off say is it's okay to take a break. It is okay. Give yourself that grace to say, you know what? I do need a break. Okay? And instead of looking at that as a failure, look at it in a different way. Flip that on its head and say, yes, I need a break, and this is my opportunity. Your opportunity to do something super, super important, and that is assess. You have to sit back. You have to take some time off. So first off, take some time off, right? Take that break. And then once you're kind of feeling like, I should start doing something, instead of jumping right back in, take that perspective, that time away from what you were doing to assess. Now, I want you to assess a few things. First off, assess what is going right. What is working for you? What is doing well? What is maybe moving you closer to your goal? If that's the case of KDP, what books are doing well? Why are they doing well? Are they doing well because of the season and their seasonal books? Are they doing well because you had ads running that started to take off? Are they doing well because who knows what reason? Just kind of try and do a little problem solving to see what is going right with your business. Okay? And the next thing is to assess what's going wrong. What isn't doing well? What do you not like to do? What are those things that are holding you back? Now, once you've done that assessment, you've got to apply some brain power to that and look at the answer you have for those assessments, and then start asking the next step down of assessments. The first one, what is going right? So now assess, you know what's going right, so assess what can you do more of? What would help improve your business? Is it a certain kind of book? Is it more advertising? Is it building out a brand? What do you think of what is going right? Maybe it's just making more books in that niche. That could be the answer. But look at what is going right and how you can actually do more of that, or expand upon that, or package it up. Like branding is a great thing, because I'm actually going to talk about in my next video about some there's some software coming out, educational software, but I was kind of looking into this and I saw this really fun brand, and I was really thinking, if you could build out kind of a brand of educational software, you can sell it not only to the KDP market, but the homeschool market is really hot, and that means Etsy, right? So you can actually sell to the homeschool market as far as KDP, but that also gives you the avenue of creating a brand, the same brand on Etsy, and doing that in 2 different locations with the same product, which is a really good way to go about expanding your business, but not making it too hard or too difficult, right? You're taking the same products and reusing them. So think smart. Think how you can build that out and make something really solid. Now, the second thing I want you to do is, what is going wrong? Right? We talked about, you assessed what was going wrong and what setbacks you have. So now you've got to look at, what can you minimize? There's a few things you can do. Now there's kind of the aspect of, if it's something you have to do, right? It's something you can't get away from. Can you outsource it? Is it something that isn't going well that you have to do or you don't like to do, but you can outsource it because it needs to be done? The other thing is, if you don't have the ability to outsource, then you can just figure out either smarter ways to work, or build it into part of your day that maybe makes it easier for you. Basically streamline that process that you know you have to do, but is kind of a stumbling block. How can you make that easier on yourself? Okay, and then the next thing you could do is, if it's something that's not working, you can quit it. It's okay. If it's not something you have to do, maybe it's a brand that just isn't working. You've done everything you think you can do, then you can quit. That's okay. Sometimes abandoning something and seeing what did work in that, and then taking what did work and creating something new, that can be really, it can just be a part of your learning process. Don't look at it as a failure. Look at it as something that you can build upon and create something better for the next time. And as long as you continue learning, continue moving forward, you are going to succeed. Okay, so it's not about quitting and just being a quitter. It's about taking what you've learned and making something great with what you've learned, or, minimizing those mistakes you made with something new. Okay, now you have that. Now let's look at a plan of action. This is one of the things I'm big at, project management. I'm actually going to do a video. I was teaching people about project management, and I didn't realize how much I incorporate project management into my life, into my work. I was a project manager, and so I'm very meticulous in that, but I didn't realize it wasn't a skill that people just don't know. For me, it's second nature due to my job, but it's something that's really valuable that you probably, maybe, people aren't familiar with, as at least as familiar as I was. Because I was surprised when I was teaching this to people. I thought just everybody knew how to do this, but that's not the case. So plans of actions are really, really important, and I will do another video on project management. But the first thing you've got to do is decide on a date that, like, you're going to restart. Like, on this date I'm going to start, or you're going to start setting up like hours, business hours. Like, I'm going to work on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. or whatever works in your schedule, whatever works in your energy. I'm high energy in the mornings, and I'm high energy in the evenings. But my afternoons, I have to do kind of lower energy work. So that's just kind of my personality, but your personality or your work schedule or whatever you have is different, right? So start setting work hours, start setting a time, a date, create that plan when you really think you can commit to and actually do. And that's important. You actually have to decide that you can commit to that. Don't make something unreasonable. If you can do 3 hours a week and that is what you can commit to every week, do that. Now, if you get the 3 hours done, then and you have more time, you feel more energy, then you can do more. But commit to a specific amount of hours or times you can work, or projects, or however you need to fit it into your life. Okay, the next thing is there's a few ways to do this. You can start small. If you've been burnt out, jumping into a big thing can be very overwhelming again, right? So you can start small. If it is just that hour a week that you can commit to for a week or two, start with an hour a week. Maybe on week 3, you do 3 hours a week. In week 4, you're at 5, or whatever your eventual goal is. Another way to start out is to have something that kind of motivates you, something that pushes you. I had a friend have something, their software is coming out, and so that it pushed me to come back into YouTube. It jump-started me, right? I said, yes, I promised I will do this for them. I'm going to start making my videos again. I can do this. And I started getting excited about the process once I had something that kind of pushed me, right? Something that gave me that oomph. Now, one of the last strategies I use is bribery, and I will use this on myself. And don't get me wrong, bribery works. You can bribe yourself, you can bribe your kids. Example in case, just last weekend, my family and I were hiking, and we decided to go off trail towards the lake, and then we walked around the lake, and we couldn't find the trail again, and we got lost. And so what was supposed to be a 2 to 3 mile hike, by the time we found the trail again, was more like 5 to 6 miles. My kids were not happy, and I was so tired of hearing, when are we gonna get there? How much further? I just said, look, I will buy you ice cream as like right after lunch or right after dinner if there's no more crying, there's no more whining, there's no more asking. And it was amazing. They happily started walking again because they just kept thinking about ice cream. It worked. So don't dismiss bribery. You know, for yourselves, you could bribe yourself with a special treat, a coffee. You know, whatever motivates you, then set a goal, set, you know, something to, once you finish that, you get your own reward, okay? It's the reason that bribery and reward system works, because it really does. It gives us a reason to push past those things that just seem hard, or we're just not feeling it that day, right? So those are kind of my tips. It's really about giving yourself a break, saying, I can have a break, have that break, assess, take that opportunity, that space, that perspective to look at your business, to look at KDP, decide what's going right, what's going wrong, and how you can change things, how you can go forward. And then, most importantly, is setting that plan of action to say on X date, or on I'm going to commit to this, and this is what I'm going to commit to. And there's various ways to do it, to jump in, to kind of work your way in slowly, to have something that pushes you, or to even bribe yourself. It just depends on you and your personality and where you are right now. So I want to give you guys some motivation and thoughts that even if, you know, you were feeling frustrated, sad, or just upset about where things were going, that there is an opportunity to, it's an opportunity to step back, to go forth and do something better the next time, and just decide that you can make this business work. Because I do love KDP, and though I haven't been doing YouTube, I have been working on my KDP business. Not as much as I probably should, but I have been putting forth, and I've kind of started having new ideas because I haven't spent so much time in the weeds. I'm kind of looking around, and I see the world a little differently, and I see where I can do better. And I'm really going to try and hit this Q4 really hard and see how well I do. And I hope that you're excited about that. So thank you so much for watching my videos, and I will see you again on my next video. And there, like I said, there's going to be educational software that launches this weekend. So you're going to see some videos this weekend from me. And so I hope you guys enjoy those, or at least enjoy. I'm going to talk a lot about concepts behind that, not just the software itself. So even if you're not interested in the software, I'm really going to talk to you about some of the kind of concepts behind it that could actually help your KDP business anyway. So I'm hoping that will be helpful for you. All right, thanks so much. See you in the next episode. Bye.